Hey everyone, welcome to my very first podcast recording. I am naming this podcast channel, Is He the One? And I'm naming it Is He the One because I want to ask those of you out there who may be single and you're eager to start finding your soulmate, or maybe you're dating around but you just can't find the one, or maybe you're dating someone right now and things are getting a little serious but you still have that question in your mind, is he the one? I just got out of a season of being single, dating, and I am now married, and I just went through such a hard time trying to navigate all those things. And not only that, but I was trying to do everything God's way. And with that, I had a lot of obstacles, I had a lot of challenges, and there was a lot of myths and lies that I was believing through this journey. So I'm just so passionate for this podcast just to share with you guys things that I have learned through the season of singleness, through the season of dating as a Christian, and what it's like to actually find the one who you're supposed to be with. So enough of this intro. I just want to dive right into what I'm most excited to talk about, and that is my first topic, is he the one? To start off this episode, I want to ask you the question, is he the one? And right now, you're probably picturing a man in your life, or a boy that you've been talking to, or someone that you're interested in, and you're asking yourself or God the question, God, is he the one for me? But I want to ask you, is he the one for you? And I'm not talking about a boy, I'm not talking about a man, I'm talking about God. Is God the one for you in your life? Meaning, is God number one in your life? Because if you're a Christian and you're looking to date and you're looking to find your lifelong partner, you need to answer this question. Because if your relationship with God is not solid, you are going to take you and the person you're interested in or talking to into some obstacles. Before you start dating, before you start talking to someone, you need to make sure that your relationship with Christ is solid. And a lot of you out there might be thinking, oh, my relationship with God is great. I go to church, I have Christian friends, I do all the right things, I go to church even on Wednesdays, and you might be kind of checking off this list, but ask yourself this. If you were to never get married, would God still be enough for you? Would your relationship with God be enough for you if you were to never have another relationship? And that's a hard question. Some of you might be like, of course I'd be okay with not getting married. But some of you might be thinking, oh my goodness, I don't know, because some of you might be so dependent on other relationships. But I want to encourage you to make sure your relationship with Jesus is solid before you get in another relationship. Make sure that there's no baggage that you can bring into another relationship, because if you got baggage and that other person has baggage, guess what? You guys are going to be traveling and going through this journey of life, and it's going to have such heavy weights with it. But if your heart is right with God, if you have given God all your baggage and you don't have any sin weighing you down to take into a relationship, God's going to honor that, and your relationship with that future person that you're supposed to be with, it's going to be such a smoother path to walk on. And if you're at that point, you're like, God, I don't even need to be dating anybody right now. I am totally content with just you and me every day. That is such a good place to be in, because I feel like that's a place where God is like, okay, you're ready. You're ready for a relationship because you've made God number one in your life. You really want to make sure that your relationship with Christ is first before you get into any relationship. Because let me tell you something, marriage does not fix you. Marriage does not just wipe away all the problems. Marriage is not going to clean up the baggage that you have. Marriage is not going to fix you. You have to fix you. And the only way to fix you is to work on your relationship with Christ, because Christ is the only one and only thing that can change you. God is the only one who can heal you, and He is the only one who can ultimately restore you and ultimately fill you. Another person is never gonna fulfill the void that is inside of you. Only God can do that. So I challenge you and I encourage you to get your relationship with Christ solid before going into a relationship. My second question is to ask the person that you might be interested in or might be thinking, oh my goodness, is he the one? Ask them if God is number one in their life. Because guess what? If God is not number one in their life, they're going to be depending on you to be God, to be that spiritual leader in the relationship. And you cannot do that. You cannot be the only spiritual person in the relationship. The Bible talks about being equally yoked. I cannot stress it enough to make sure that you are equally yoked with the person that you're trying to get into a relationship with. Because if you're on this journey of getting closer to God and following God's will, and the other person is not, oh man, they're going to be pulling you down so hard and so strongly. And it is going to be so hard for you to do what is right and to walk a righteous life. So I just want to encourage you guys out there listening to make sure your relationship with God is first. It will save you from so much heartache. And that's all I have for today, guys. I know it was kind of a short little word. It wasn't as deep. I can't wait to take you guys deeper in my next episodes. I want to talk to you guys about singleness, about some of the crazy dates that I've been on and things I've learned through it, dreams I've had. God has literally sent me dreams to break up with certain people in my life. And if I had not followed that, I don't know where I'd be today. So I can't wait for the next episodes to come. Like and share this content and share it with a friend if you feel like they need to hear this kind of wisdom. Thanks guys for listening, and I'll see you guys later.